Okay, coming down along the architrave of the door here, we see that the architrave is not sitting on the wall, flat as it should be. We see hollows and humps behind it, and that is simply because when the plaster was skimming, he didn't use the straight edge coming down along the frame of the door, so it was left up and down with hollows and humps, and thus is the result. So it is coming over here, we come to the very bottom of the same wall, so we do, and we find that a stud is left exposed. This was left exposed when the skim was finished. Obviously their skim was put into it when the plaster was plastered and didn't stain it, and he didn't bother after that. So this very wall, we move across heading towards the far end, so we do, and we look at the skirting board coming over from the bottom of the door, and instead of going into the very corner of the wall, it ran 3 inches short, and a 3-inch piece was cut and jammed in. So it was, which doesn't run level with the longer piece, it's in a little bit behind it, and whoever jammed in the 3-inch piece, they burst the wall above it, so they did. You can plainly see the cracks to burst the skim. So you can, and just this wall adjoining it, we see hollows here in the skim, so we do little crevices where it wasn't properly troweled in and finished properly. And on this wall here, you can plainly see a big lump that was left on the wall on the skim, so it was just bad troweling, just bad finish, very bad actually. And here's another one here that was left in the skim as well, just a complete crevice altogether there. So it was just left and never bothered finishing properly. So we move further over, so we do around the corner, and we look up into this corner. It's just left very rough coming down there, lumpy skim coming down. All these little stickers I put up there indicate where it is, and this corner is the same, so it is. And in on this very far corner up at the top, we will see a very off-centered angle, so we will, instead of 90 degrees, it's just completely off coming down, and it's even more crooked coming down behind the cupboards. The cupboards is hiding, so it is. There is no excuse really why these walls shouldn't have been finished properly, because they were freshly plasterboard. The plasterboard is supposed to be put on level, so it is, and providing the plasterboard is put on level and the skimming is put on and checked that it's level around the door frames and on the ceiling line as well, which is plainly crooked. And it just hasn't been done properly, so it hasn't, and it's not up to standard.